guys are doing amazing. Happy new week. Hope you had a beautiful weekend. Wishing you a beautiful week ahead, a successful one, a productive one, whatever you wish to do, or however you choose to spend this particular week. Karibuni sana to yet another beautiful episode of the Pan African Bliss. My name is Joby. To those who are with us for the first time on YouTube, Rumble Retreat, returning listeners on the radio station, and of course on the rest of the streaming platform. Karibuni sana. As we get to talk about, of course, the emerging conversations that have been popping during the weekend, as we focus on our main conversation, which shall be about how African countries are actually currently on the war, or literally how African countries are being used to go at war against each other, and how this is on the rise. And I'm not talking about something that has not been happening, because if you talk about African countries being used for divide and conquer, this has already been very accomplished. Talk about the DRC Congo, how they are being, they're being attacked by countries or their fellow African countries like Uganda and Rwanda. We're going to be discussing that, and as we look at actually how Rwanda, the Rwandan president, that is Paul Kagame, how he's criticizing the rest of the African president. I always love saying he's good at this, literally super good at criticisms, not looking at his faults and how he's contributed to actually the failures of the African countries not being able to evolve. We're going to talk about also the disrespect that is still emerging with the foreigners who are in African countries. Last week or 2 weeks ago, we talked about the Mzungu who was spitting on a police officer, and which caused, of course, a very big outrage online. So many people were giving their opinions on how they should react, how Africans have tolerated disrespect. But of course, we see the Dutch national has been actually set free. And with that happening, there's a Chinese actually who was recorded during this weekend beating one of his employees, and ended up actually forgiving each other. I'm going to be sharing the details on that. I'm going to talk about Samia Suluhu, how she's speaking at she was talking about that is the African Development Bank, and talking about how she's led the country better than even the men who have been there before, talking about Julius Nyerere and John Magufuli the late. And we're going to talk about also the rising of African countries collaboration, as we look at how Aliko Dangote, the richest black man in the world, they say, has signed a new deal to invest at least $1 billion in Zimbabwe, including a fuel pipeline. We're going to see how this is not really something we need to be celebrating, and I'm going to be telling you why. We're going to talk about Uganda, the son of Museveni, as he talks about how congratulating not only Samia Suluhu, but also declaring the war that shall be actually soon happening between Kenya and Uganda regarding the Indian Ocean. Last but not least, we're going to talk about also how Ruto is sending 13,000 workers, that is in the Arabic countries and of course other countries. And we're going to talk about how actually most of the Africans suffer, how they suffer in the hands of these people, how they get abused, and there's no embassy of our countries that actually is there to protect them. The same way we see all the citizens are protected when there's something happening in African countries. Our citizens, when something is happening in other countries, our embassies don't do anything. But those are top conversation for the day. And of course, Karibuni sana, kindly hit that like button as you join us. But a quick reminder, in case you're here for the first time, also follow us and ensure you rush to the Google Play Store, get our application. Blackout Fire Network is the name. And of course, you can find this using your Android phone, your Android TV. We are also on the Android TV. Blackout Fire Network is the name where you can listen to us through the TV, either on the radio segment, rather on the TV segment. We also have on the phone, of course, amazing features as you tap on your upper left, which once you have the app, it takes you to the radio segment. And of course, go to the three upper lines, so you'll be, of course, be able to explore the page. It comes with organic supplements. We have amazing merchandises as well. But for me, I'd love to hook you up with some very quickly before we get to our conversation. You have some brain and focus, which helps you to stay focused and of course regain back your memories as well. We have multivitamin, ashwagandha beetroot. We have some moringa pure sea moss. We have aloe cucumber soap, shea butter for skincare. Those who are actually with the skincare routine. But for now, get yourself some brain and focus.
Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind, Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
Very affordable price as usual. If in case you're facing any difficulties on purchasing these products, kindly let us know, and I will be letting you know directly on how you can get them nice and easy. But karibuni sana once again. This is the media of the 21st century, and of course, my name is Joby to the first time listeners once again. We're going to start with a very interesting conversation. Literally, as we talk about how African countries are being used against each other when it comes to divide and rule, which is something I'm very heavy on still emphasizing. It's not something that is new. This is something that has been long existing. If we talk about African countries being used against each other and the rule and divide and conquer, how it has been working for so long. Good example is the fake independency, the fake trading that we have, the fake borders. A lot actually, if you put all those dust, all those trash on a garbage, bin, it's all trash. So if you talk about African countries being used against each other, it's something that has been actually existing. It's not new in front of our eyes. Maybe it's new to some of those who are now understanding the political you know war, the political mind games, the political strategies and all that. But African countries have been used for so long to divide and conquer. I'm going to start with this video. I think for so long and for some time we've been even recently talking about how Kenya is the most accommodative country of all the African countries. We keep on talking about South Africa a lot, how South Africans, and which actually I saw even recently on a certain poll on Instagram, people are dressing and calling out South Africans for being xenophobic towards other African people. Because when you go to other African, it's the same thing like personally learning and those who are also learning. When you talk about the our diaspora people, when they come to Africa, they want to feel that love. Some of those who have experienced it, they talk about it. When you come to Africa, you feel love, you feel welcomed, you feel appreciated. You put in a certain hierarchy, or I'd say also class, which you shouldn't be talking about even classism here. It's just the welcoming, the love that you're shown by your fellow African people. But it's sad when it comes to now us Africans within the continent, when it comes to Africans in the continent, we don't know how to handle each other. We don't know how to deal with each other. Number one, we've been given the fake borders, which have never favored us in any sort of way. Most of us, or African countries, most of our countries actually are suffering and sinking in drought and hunger because we don't even practice trading anymore, because we've allowed the white man to come between us to tell us actually how trading should be done. And we talk about this organization which are very fake, like the AGOA, which they tell you, if you export your food to us for free, and they're not about you guys. What about your neighbor? Because I remember, like for Kenya, a good example, there's a time we didn't have maize. This, I think, was in 2022 when Ruto was becoming a president. And there was that political indifference. I can't remember what bullshit was happening, but about us not getting maize from Tanzania. The same affected some Zambians who are transporting bananas to Tanzania and all that. Like, we don't even practice things that can make us even entertain each other, for us to understand why we need to entertain each other. So there's actually so many deep root causes of how Africans have been so used, and the divide and conquer rule has literally applied very easily on us. But I love this video. I really loved this video because this is very rare, and until you hear or someone talk about it and their express their how do I say, express their experience, that is when you're gonna be able to understand what exactly is being talked about. These are Rwandese immigrants, around an immigrant who's running a food stall, and he was actually expressing how some people treat him, but it's not Listen, it's not majority of Kenyans. These are just some stupid people, which is gonna say a random immigrant running a food stall says some customers refuse to pay. Quoting, someone can come and take maybe food, and they start telling him, because you're not a Kenyan, I'm not going to pay. Now, this only applied to literally, I'd say, illiterate people who are not educated, because it's very rare. Here, actually, you'd be beaten. In most of the African, I believe actually globally, there's no you're gonna go to someone's restaurant or you go to someone's shop, you wanna take something for free and you don't wanna pay because I'm an immigrant. That sounds super crazy. But that is what has been affecting some of the people, I'd say, not just Kenya, but most of the African countries. Not just Kenya, but most of the African countries. But he expressed and said, this doesn't happen a lot. Kenya is the most accommodative country.
Unamfungia alafu anakuambia sikulipi, namuuliza kwa nini? Wewe sio Mkenya, kwanza unafanya biashara kwenye sio nchi yako, naenda na kama ni mwanaume nifuate. Sasa unaangalia kupigana na mtu kwa sababu ya 120, alafu kuja uharibu vitu za 1500, unamwacha tu anaenda. Kwa wiki watu mara tatu inaweza happen kitu kama hiyo. Ndio changamoto mara mingi tunapata nayo, na inauma sababu kuitwa foreigner kwa kitu mzuri, hakuna mtu anaweza penda kuitwa foreigner, lakini kitu nayo inanirudisha na kwa na hope ni vile tu watu wote wa maana kwa dunia walikuwa foreigners. Tukianza na Yesu alikuwa foreigner Egypt, si ndio? Tuende kwa Joseph, alikuwa foreigner, unamjua Joseph. Hao watu wote wa maana wamekuwa kwa hii dunia ni ma foreigners. So sasa inanipea hope, maybe na sisi tutakuja tukue watu wa maana kwa dunia. Hata ukiniita foreigners sioni kama ni matusi. Foreigners kuna freedom, isipokuwa ni mtu mwenye ajielewi, mtu mwenye ajitambui, sio rahisi mtu akuje akunyanyase tu. Ni foreigners, which mean mko tofauti na nchi zingine. Mimi nimetembea Malawi, nimeenda Zambia, naenda tu kucheck rada hapa kukwaje.
Yeah, so he said he's been to Zambia, Malawi, other African countries, and the treatment he's gotten from those African people in those countries is very, very bad. And Kenya's been the only country that he's been able to come and set up at least a business that is feeding him, paying his rent, literally can sustain his life, or literally his lifestyle. That is what exactly he's expressing. And he's saying the only people who are going to come do this, which happens maybe once a week or thrice a week, someone who's going to come take food from you and not pay. These are literally for real. These are just uneducated people. These are just stupid people. These are just stupid. I don't know how to describe that, but these are just stupid people. You coming to my business and taking something from me and not wanting to pay because I'm a foreigner. Number one, you should feel shameful. You should actually be very ashamed. You should be very ashamed, because you look like you're surviving on just looking at foreigners who have a business, then take advantage of them, which you're going to be beaten by one of them. You'll find someone who's very fully licensed, someone who's followed the right protocols, has the right, actually, which is very rare in most of the African countries, especially Kenya. You see, getting the national ID, or being considered as a citizen. For other Africans, or majority of the Africans, it takes time for them to get this, unless you have money. There's a time we're discussing this on one of the shows, where Shmani said one of our friends had to pay a lot of money. Like, we're talking about 4 point something. It was almost 5 million for for the permanent residency. That is a lot of money. That is a lot of bribery. That is a lot of corruption. It should be very easy, because according to the laws of Kenya, once you stay here for more than 10 years, this makes you permanently a citizen. That makes you permanently a national citizen of this country. You are eligible to get an ID, which most of them don't, unless you have the right money. Again, you can't bribe your way out of this, so you continue suffering like an immigrant. But shout out to him for giving also the positive side, apart from how he suffered as a business person from these illiterate people, but at the same time expressing, actually, Kenya is the most accommodative country in Africa when it comes to fellow African countries. Now, talking about that, we know we've welcomed so many of these white people as well. I mean, white people are everywhere in Africa. We didn't even welcome these people. They just came in and settled. They just came in and stole. They came in and did a lot of things that, if we go deeper, our YouTube channel, either it's gonna get a strike or whatever they keep on doing. But we know why people literally are not, most of them, they have not even followed the right protocols of getting the permanent residency. Most of these people have to going back to fake history of their ancestors had these lands and all that, which is a lie. 2 weeks ago or last week, I remember we talked about this white guy, if you can remember, the guy who was spitting saliva on the policeman, and the police guy was just sitting there doing nothing. And of course, we saw him being arrested. They claim he was actually deported, but we see he was actually not deported. The Dutch national was just arrested and taken, that is in Diani, and he has been set free by a Kwale court for being medically unfit to take a plea. Wow. Okay, so they're saying Elwin Terhorst, a Dutch national who was arrested 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago after terrorizing a male police officer inside the Diani police station, and also reportedly physically assaulting his Kenyan girlfriend in a hotel, has been set free. Kwale Senior Residency Magistrate Joy Mutiba says the foreigner is medically unfit to take a plea following a mental examination carried out last week, which I think this is a lie, and that the accused person is not fit to plea owing to a letter dated November. This, come on, which indicates that he suffers from bipolar mood disorder, and which combined polysubstance which with with comorbid polysubstance use, and he will thus not be charged at the moment. She added that the foreigner will be released into the care of the Embassy of the Kingdom of the Netherlands in Nairobi for further actions, and quoting that owing to the fact that he is mentally unwell. And according to the police report filed under the OB 322810 2025, Terra Host reportedly turned violent at Boma Bender Cottage along the beach road, where he had checked in with his girlfriend, Angela Otieno, who is at the age of 32. Witnesses says that the foreigner accused of caused a commotion inside the property and attacked Miss Oduru, who was rescued by the caretaker and guards before being rushed to a nearby hospital for treatment. Police officers from Diani Police Station, led by the OCS, responded swiftly to the distress call. And on arrival, they found the suspect had locked himself inside the cottage, forcing officers and management to wait for several hours before he finally opened the door. Upon his arrest, police say they recovered a whitish substance suspected to be cocaine, weighing about 3 grams, and a viral footage of the at the station showed him blowing his nose on an officer while in custody. Before being freed, the foreigner, who was reportedly drunk during the arrest, faced charges and assault causing actual bodily harm, malicious damage to property, and creating disturbance and being in possession of narcotic drugs. So that is what is happening. This is very shameful because I'm heavy on, if this was an African, would not even hear a majority of these cases. They just end up behind bars. Their families will end up looking for them without having any clue of where they are, just because you are trying to stand up for yourself. Because you know these people are very disrespectful. No matter where you are globally, white people are disrespectful. Did the same action not repeat itself? It did. Because during this weekend, we have a Chinese national who owns a certain business and, of course, has employed Africans, not his Chinese brothers or sisters. He's employed the Kenyans who are poor, of course, who need an opportunity and will do anything to get the job back. So there's a video that went viral also this weekend, a Chinese man beating his employee over some misunderstanding. And apparently the guy went back and begged the Chinese man for his job back. So the more we keep on taking disrespect, the more these occasions will keep on happening. Because at the end of the day, again, we don't understand the system. This is our problem. We don't understand the system as Africans and why we'll never get justice. We don't even understand justice is not there. Justice, again, I'll go and quote back that quote if I can remember it very well. Justice is a matter of power. Exactly. Justice is a matter of who is in power. It's not about you. And who's in power, literally, because if you look at the people controlling even Africa itself, not just Kenya, they're the same people. Collaboration, cooperation. They come and just sit and settle anywhere because, again, their embassies will always protect them. Or the Chinese embassy in Kenya has said their citizens need to. The U.S. embassy in TZ has said, are you crazy? Look at this.
The Chinese national captured on video assaulting a Kenyan factory worker has been sacked. The company TCM Roofing Mabati Suppliers has confirmed. The Central Organization of Trade Unions, COTU, had earlier demanded for the immediate deportation of the said assailant. In a letter addressing the Interior Cabinet Secretary, Kipchumba Murkomen, COTU highlighted the increasing incidents of rogue foreign employers harassing Kenyan employees, which it has slammed as a violation of their rights and dignity. Here's NTV's Macharia Mbugwa with the details.
In the video that has spread widely on digital platforms, the alleged foreign national is seen hitting the factory employee multiple times. He then picks up an iron sheet and strikes him several times more before trying to confront him further. Despite the obvious provocation, the victim seemingly restrains from engaging in physical fight. The video has sparked outrage online. In their letter, COTU has demanded the Ministry of Interior to act by deporting the foreign national, showing concerns to the increasing related cases in the country and the need to regain public and workers' trust over their safety and rights. Later, in another unverified viral video, the two are seen shaking hands, and the employee saying that he has forgiven the aggressor, stating that it is because he wants to continue with his job despite the public uproar and would resolve any other situation better in future.
This is so stupid. This is so stupid. I'm so sorry. Personally, I always say I'm not scared. I know it's because of what life has really thrown at me so much, but I'm not scared of starting over again. But I'll never, ever take disrespect from nobody. Nobody. I'm heavy on. If I didn't take disrespect from my own folks, who do you think you are? I'm really heavy on that. Who do you think you are? That I can take disrespect from you? Just because I'm benefiting from you or I'm earning from you, I'll never take disrespect from nobody. I'm never scared to start over again. Sadly, Africans have been kept in certain position of fear. I get it if you have kids, whatever, but still, we have skills. We have skills. Take whatever you can, go start a business. Try until it picks up. If that fails, try something else until it picks up. But don't take disrespect from nobody. Maybe it depends on the position of the country you are in. But disrespect, it's a hell no. It's a hell no. I'd understand maybe at this point, maybe it's also gonna maybe sound bad. I'd understand maybe in places like America or in these Western European countries, and looking at again the people, classisms, who are the bosses, who are the employees, who are the workers. That will make at least maybe a bit of difference, because in America, I bet white people control majority of the things, of course. White people control majority of the businesses. So if I'm a black person and I'm lucky enough to get a job there, I'm gonna put my act right now, even to find myself in this position where I have to physically engage in a fight. I'm gonna keep my ass off the trouble. I don't want no trouble. But this what has been happening in Africa is disrespect. You've done nothing. You just want to request your wages back. You want to request your salary on time. They disrespect you. I'll never, ever. Because no. Take your skill somewhere else. What is this man paying you? That is what I'd love to know. I wish I can know how much is this Chinese guy paying you. And then go try if you won't get the same job or even a better job, same maybe from the same skills, but another company with better wages. How much are they paying you for you to be begging? I'm glad you guys are not even hearing the Swahili. This is just so bad.
Despite the alleged reconciliation, In a letter shared, the management of TCM Roofing Mabati Suppliers clarifies that the foreign national involved is just a worker and is not the investor. And as a disciplinary action, the letter claims that the management has terminated the contract of the foreign national and arrangements are underway towards his return to China.
In this corrupt system, in our very own lovely corrupt system, this Chinese is going to go back to China. How did he even get here? Have we even been following up any of these incidences that have been happening before, leave alone this one? How many of these businesses or licenses have been terminated? Because this is just for the show. I mean, go back to the Dutch. You just talked about the Dutch guy. This guy, we thought he was deported, only to come find out. You see how they're even giving themselves up? This is how I love what I do, because also this is how you get to catch these people in their lies. The mainstream media doesn't even know how to lie. You don't even know how to hide your own mess. If I was a judge, again, I have evidence. I don't need to go back digging. What? I have the enough evidence. Last week or 2 weeks ago, you said this man was deported. So how comes we have other new reports of you claiming he was in Diani police station? And allegedly now he's mentally ill, mentally unwell. When he was taking a plane, did he have mental disorder and tried to when he and land back and say I need to go back to Netherlands or whatever? Why didn't the mental disorder come back, or the bipolar disorder come back when he was on the plane and realized he booked the wrong flight coming to Kenya of Africa? It's the bullshit, man. It's the bullshit which is on repeat and on repeat. But shout out to y'all, man. Personally, I'll not take disrespect from anyone. I don't care how much you're paying me. Keep your money. I'll go get another job.
Wait, what happened, Joey? What happened?
Keep on taking disrespect, and that's how you end up. They'll keep on beating you. They'll keep on spitting on you. They'll keep on applying makeup on you and all that.
Are you talking about the thing that happened in Mombasa again?
Karibu sana, kid.
Something. What are you talking about? What are you screaming about? Okay.
I'm talking about the same situation, but this time it's a Chinese guy who was beating his employee, and the employee went back and apologized on a public video, which is making people very, very mad, including myself. You know, he was beaten.
Where was this at?
In Kenya.
Okay, I know it's in Africa because
the Chinese national captured on video assaulting a Kenyan factory worker has been sacked. The company TCM Roofing Mabati Suppliers has confirmed. The Central Organization of Trade Unions, COTU, had earlier demanded for the immediate deportation of the said assailant. In a letter addressing the Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, COTU highlighted the increasing incidents of rogue foreign employers harassing Kenyan employees, which it has slammed as a violation of their rights and dignity. Here's NTV's Macharia Mbogwa with the details.
It's been going on all throughout Africa. Look at this. This shit, this been going on. It's not just Kenya. It's Africa. And you goofy, weak-ass black men. There's something wrong with you people. There's something wrong with you. It's not Kenya. It's not a Kenyan problem. It's an African man problem. And it's disgusting. And in your country doing it. That's what makes it even 10 times worse. In your country, whipping your ass. Like, this could be Zimbabwe, South Africa, Ghana, Nigeria. It's the same shit. This is crazy. Ideal. Any Asian man come up to me is laughable. That's why you'll never see these videos here in America. No matter how much you guys say we're violent, you'll never see no shit like this ever in America. With no Chinese and no black man in America. Because they get knocked the fuck out on sight. And they know that. So that's why you'll never see it. They know that. So you never see no aggression from no Asians to no black Americans. Ever. Doesn't exist. Because they know it's on sight. Go ahead, Joey.
Video that has spread widely on digital platforms, the alleged foreign national is seen hitting the factory employee multiple times. He then picks up an iron sheet and strikes him several times more before trying to confront him further. Despite the obvious provocation, the victim seemingly refrains from engaging in physical fight. The video has sparked outrage online.
Yeah.
In their letter,
This,
Kotu has demanded the
this how
Ministry
you
of
get.
Interior.
This how you get conquered. This is why you worship everybody up in Africa. You hate your other tribal people, but you love to put your fucking lick your tongue in an Asian man's ass. You love it. But any other African, oh, that's my tribe. Is he not my part of my tribe? No, it's other silly shit. Okay? That and then Joby said, this guy, after getting his ass beat, came and apologized. This is
Yep.
over and over and over again.
Yep. So the problem I have is because I'm talking about it, and we're looking at the situation of this other guy, the Dutch guy, who,
Yeah.
according to the according to Kenya, the whatever who arrested him, he was supposed to be deported. So I'm saying personally, if I was a judge, it's very easy for me to gather details and evidence of your lies. You say this guy was deported, so how comes is still in Diani and in court, and now after going to the court is mentally unwell, or he has a bipolar disorder, and we can't actually.
That ain't got nothing to do with shit. That ain't got shit to do with it. You're
Yeah.
weak. You're scared of white people. You're supposed to lock that because they arrest him because he was beating up some black woman. That, of course, you black women in Africa, you let us suck white cock. So the white man was whipping her ass. That's why they picked him up. So it was an assault charge. He didn't even get charged for that. Regardless of what he did to the police officer, he's beating up on some black woman.
No, they said that the accused person is not fit to plead owing to a letter dated on 4th of November this particular year, which indicates that he suffers from bipolar mood disorder with comorbid polysubstance use, and he will thus not be charged at the moment. And the judge also added that the foreigner will be
White
released
privilege in Africa. Even
into the
white privilege in Africa. Ain't it funny? White privilege in Africa. This is crazy, dog.
yeah.
To act by deporting the foreign national, showing concerns to the increasing related cases in the country and the need to regain public and workers' trust over their safety and rights. Later, in another unverified viral video, the two are seen shaking hands, and the employee saying that he has forgiven the aggressor, stating that it is because he wants to continue with his job despite the public uproar and would resolve any other situation better
because
in
us black
future.
people, we can't create no jobs. We need other people to come and create jobs for us because we're stupid and backward. So I'm going to let him beat me until he apologize. This cowardly shit, why we get conquered. Hey, Chinese man, you beat me in my own country, and it's okay because you employ me and you pay me 2 shillings a day. Thank you, Chinese man. Shit crazy. See, I didn't know this. I'm glad Joe be sure. I didn't know this when I was in Africa. I told you. I told him I was in Tanzania. I said, that ended me. I said, I'll beat you into your motherfucking life. You don't get your ass in the back. You out your fucking mind. You know I'm in BC in the eyes and I'm in business. And all the other Africans, oh, what are you doing? And the ones that spoke English, what are you doing, brother? What? The fuck is wrong with you weak ass niggas? Fuck is wrong with you? I meant that. I'll beat you to the inch of your motherfucking life. Get your ass in the back. This Asian man, this Indian man, can't walk in front of all these black men in a queue. They just got in front of them. Like, I'm like, and I'm looking at the Twilight Zone. I'm like, what? Oh, whoa, whoa, Jack. I say, hey, I know you understand English. I'll beat you into your motherfucking life if you don't get your ass in the back of that motherfucking line. Well, I just leave. You do whatever the fuck you want to do. But you get the fuck up out of here. I'll beat you into your life. You understand that, boy? You heard that accent? You know I'm black American. You know I'm at business. They know when we talk. It's on first sight. Fuck is wrong with you? Better get your ass out this line. There's gonna be some repercussions on your ass, small
Yeah.
penis or not.
Yeah, so actually, I agree with the point you made, where it's crazy that we'd be willing, if it was a fellow African, that bet that man would have thrown a punch back. If it was a fellow African man who attacked him like that as a boss or as a fellow employee, he would have thrown a punch back. But because it's a Chinese man, he was like, oh, withholding back, and still went ahead and begged for apologies to keep his job. How much are they paying you? That's my question. Because we've seen the disrespect
They
of
paying
the
his ass, paying his
they
ass little or nothing. Chinese people don't pay you shit. They paying him peanuts. They paying him nothing. That's what they paying his
exactly
ass.
you go and ask for your money, they put a gun on your face. So that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Personally, I've seen the disrespect. I've faced disrespect from employers I've had before. I've seen it and I didn't take it. I literally live and left salary. Like, yo, you can keep your money. This is not about the money. Respect also does count. Just because you think you're on top, what about the humanity? Do you have some humanity in you, or you just want to trash talk people because you're the boss? That also counts. So
Yo, yo, we keep looking for this humanity that does not exist in non-human beings.
I have it. Whether the others don't have it, I have it, and I live again. Where is our dignity? What do you what
Exactly.
is your dignity as an African person? That is my dignity. I'll never take
Exactly.
disrespect again. Like I say, I couldn't take it from my own folks. Who do you think you are as a stranger? That is the question. Who do you think you are as a nobody?
I think I'm Chinese. I think you're a dirty nigga who's a moron, and you'll do what you're told to do. That's what I think.
Not. I will not. I'd rather go back to the village and live as a village girl, start farming. I'd rather do something with my life rather than stay there begging and looking like a moron. Not me. Never. But anyway, we have Samia Suluhu right here, who's talking about, as we talk about literally, what is your dignity? She
Hey,
says she
hey,
has.
let me say something. Let me say something real quick. Sorry, guys. I was doing yard work. I was exhausted. I got some excuses to do this show because this week Sean supposed to did a good show. You guys don't know. You guys already know about Trump being called out for sucking Bill Clinton's penis, right? So I was gonna talk about that this Saturday. Shit. There's all kind of videos on the shout out to black people making these raps about Trump sucking Bill Clinton's penis and Jeffrey Epstein. They say Putin got the video. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay. But yeah, we have Samia Suluhu, who was during this weekend a video of her. She was being that is at the African, let me get the details correctly. That is at the African Development Bank, and we had,
Please.
of course, other presidents like the president of Ghana. We had Samia Suluhu and other presidents as well. And she talked about her journey as a Tanzanian first female head of state.
Oh, gives a shit.
She shared that when she first assumed into the office in March 2021, many doubted her ability to lead, and simply because she was a woman, which is very factual
That
because
that
I
don't work no more. Nobody that shit, that bullshit though. They was just out there because she's a woman. They know she was brutal, corrupt, and she put there as a
well,
puppet. All them
well,
things though, all that fake shit she's saying don't work.
on the real political world, we know women are not being given that chance because these are male dominating society, and because most of the men, when you talk about we've talked about the backward cultures,
You women have allowed to be dominated by men. You're the majority. See, these are things, these are choices again. Women
um,
are the majority, so why are men dominating you then? You're the majority.
education again.
Okay, there
Uh,
you go. All right, I agree with that.
And yes, she was saying that it was very difficult. I quote what she said. It was very difficult to make people of Tanzania trust me that I could run for the country
They don't trust her now. Killing
the
people.
same,
Get the fuck out of here.
the same way men did. In the course of 1 year, I have shown women's power. I've led the country the same way these men did, and in some circumstances, better than they did. So let's
What?
literally look at the video. And I have reports of allegedly. I don't have the actual fact, but in Tanzania, we have more than 10,000 people who have lost their lives because of the brutal
Of
killings.
course. But
Yes.
they gonna let her speak in a form and not turn their backs and walk out on this broad. That's what I'm talking about. There's a problem with African people. There's a problem with you immoral motherfuckers. You're a continent of immoral. You're immoral. You gonna let her talk? Because you're all puppets. You're all corrupt. Supposed to walk out on her no good ass. Supposed to make a statement for African people. But you can't because you're all wicked. All of you motherfuckers supposed to walk up and walk out. Come and stand up and walk out on her ass. That's what you're supposed to do.
People of Tanzania have a trust on me that I can deliver. I can run the country the same way men did.
Why are we even looking at this? Stressed about this, bro. Why are we pulling her ass up? Why are we even giving this lady some shine?
Well,
Go ahead, your show.
This is my show. I'm running my show according to literally the information I had, and literally still showing the mediocrity we have in African leadership, because everyone knows that this is globally now known what has happened in Tanzania. Everyone is calling out Tanzania, including these puppet fake leaders who are now acting like, oh, this was a joke. That's the same thing they'll do. They're talking about it, but that's the same thing they'll do. That's why she's in Ghana in this meeting where the leaders had to go, because they all do the same thing. We have Museveni's son, who actually, again, with a congratulatory note to Samia Suluhu, and this is what he had to say. He says, "Since I grew up, I've never seen incredible and cleaner elections like the ones that took place in Tanzania." And he says,
"A cleaner election." That's how you know. That's how you know Africa's so backwards. So a cleaner election. And that's why I say Kenya and Uganda should go to war and should crush. And when they do go, and if Museveni does ever go to war, you need to crush his ass, get him out of power. His goopy son. This is a goopy country. There's been no progress. 40 years, it's backwards, impoverished. And if we go to war, you crush it. You make sure it's crushed.
He says, "I asked my father, President Museveni, to do the same, to do some benchmarking and take lessons from Samia Suluhu." So, literally, this is open dictatorship. We saw Ruto saying that there's nothing wrong with the elections as well. So it clearly shows we have in Africa. But on this other end, we have Aiko Dangote, shout out to him, the richest black man in the world, they say, who has signed a new deal to invest at least $1 billion into the Zimbabwe, including a fuel pipeline, more power generation, and major cement plant. And the energy boost will help ease electricity shortages, and the cement plant will cut building costs and create jobs and support infrastructure projects. Personally, I have a big problem with this, because this is whoever is giving Aiko Dangote money is the same person benefiting from Nigeria through him, who's going to benefit in Zimbabwe through him, because this is not his money. Nigeria is so much not only in debt, but in poverty. Nigeria is not doing well economically. The people themselves barely benefit from this man's company, because I remember the time I did a whole show about Aiko Dangote. Apart from literally the benefits he got from his father and all that, this is someone who has not changed Nigerians' lives or political system in any sort of way, and it should be and will be a threat. The same way we had that Nigerian guy who, I don't know where the project has literally gotten till now. Was it in Nigeria, where the billionaire who created his own airline, fully funded by him? And this is not something they're going to openly talk about it. It should be something actually him and Tinibu, they should be openly funding this kind of projects, because they're talking about us controlling our own airlines, literally us, nothing to do with the white man, nothing to do with the Chinese or other people involved. So those are type of the projects.
You can't. African men are cowardly. You can't. It's scared everybody.
These are big red flag to not only just Zimbabwe, but to the Zimbabwean people, not as a country, but to the Zimbabwean people, because again, it's the exploitation of our resources. Aiko Dangote has this company set in 10 African countries, according to the details I have. 10 African countries.
Tanzania, Ghana, Togo, Nigeria, Benin, some other places.
Most of the people working under his company, they're not well paid.
Of course not. You can't be a billionaire. Can't be a billionaire if you pay people a decent wage, Joey. I try to
Well,
keep cameras. And don't make a guy. I want to be the one on top. I don't care about fucking everybody else. You can't be a billion. There are no billionaires that bring value to the world. That's the dirty secret. They steal. They don't pay any livable wages.
exactly. So that is what is happening. But as we move on to our main conversation, and of course, why African countries now are at war against each other, which is actually rising very quick. Like I said, I'm going to emphasize still, it's not the beginning of this. This is something that has been existing. A good example is DRC, Congo, Rwanda,
Of
and
course.
Uganda. How they have been used, and all these leaders are very much aware of what is happening, including the president of Congo, which is the country that is being extracted mercilessly. Sudan talk about it. We have African leaders, Shah to Ruto and the rest, who are being used to continue supporting this and what is happening when it comes to stealing of these resources in these African countries. So we have, I'm going to start with this video where we have this young man explaining, apart from just the few bills that we've seen being passed about the title deeds, we're going to be having more houses being demolished from henceforth after the bill was passed. We're going to be having
Fighting for them is another. I advise you fight for your right before.
sorry, not only are we going to be seeing title deeds being declared fake, but people are going to be losing their plots, their lands. People might literally lose, not have enough spaces to live, with us being forced to either push ourselves in places like Kibera or low class, literally a low class life. I don't know how to describe it, where they want to push us to literally go to their part of their new world agenda, of course, the affordable houses, the 15-minute city. I think this is what we're doing in Kenya. The affordable houses, I think they are 15-minute cities. I don't know if that makes sense. So this young man is explaining it and how we're going to be actually suffering from the consequences of this, and also looking at, because Ruto's excuse of doing this is because we can't accommodate many people in this, so we need to go to these affordable houses, and as we do this, we need to send some workers, including the 13,000 Kenyans who are being sent abroad to work there. And this is not for our profit, this is for their profit, because the leaders benefit from all this
Look,
bullshit that they are doing.
did you
So
guys,
let me
did you
share.
guys hear even Torre? These moronic ass Arabs came to him and said, "Can you have some of your women to do slave to be our maids?" So we said, "No, we're not having our women go be no slaves. We need them here to be doctors, lawyers, and future leaders. They're not to be your damn servants. Hell no. Hell exactly. These other morons have Africans go places to be servants and slaves. Fucking crazy." Like Joe said,
It's
"What
very
about where's your dignity at? What are you?"
it's okay. I'd rather do, I'm glad I was never pushed as much as my instincts guided me. That's all I'll say. My Apart from my father pushing me, I almost went for the same jobs, because again, desperation, like I said, desperation can literally make us do a lot, especially Africans, the position we've been kept in. And it hurts even more. I always, it hurts more, like the guy is gonna say, we have graduates who have just graduated last week and there's no jobs for them. So you've spent so much money, you've sold lands, you've sold cars, you've sold literally, but majority of the assets or things you had to educate your child in the hope of the Hustler Nation government is going to provide job opportunities for young people, but this has not happened.
I was gonna give you job opportunity, but nobody's creating any jobs. There's nobody
Exactly.
creating any jobs.
I'd rather, it's better if you work as a maid in your where your own people are, because my fear personally was I was going to go alone. I was not to tell anyone because I had no tabs. I was not talking to people, so no one was going to know even if I died there, being honest. And I didn't care. I had
It's
given up
dangerous
to
as
that point.
hell.
I didn't care. I didn't care if anyone is gonna know if I'm dead. I knew the consequences, but again, shout out to the universe and the creator for guiding me and enlightening me to stop and not to go with that. But did I work as a maid? I'd rather work as a maid here than go there, literally. You'd rather work
Yeah,
here as a maid.
you better work as a maid in your own country than go with these
Yeah,
racist ass Arabs. Crazy as
yeah.
shit. Motherfuckers are
I
racist. Like, how can you grow up your whole life not knowing these people are racist as fuck? I mean, their racism is psychopathic.
it's
Psychopathic racism.
It's crazy. It's not a good job, but as long as it's paying you,
And
you're not gonna miss.
shout out to the I can't stand the big ass Somalis. Shout out to the Somali guy for calling out the UAE. And why is the UAE in the Africa? You know, get their ass out and the sanction their ass, and you probably need to go to war against them. Finally, why you go some nuts in a backbone? It's the Arabs. That's why the Arabs are in Tanzania. Why they coming back in Africa? Because Arabia's poor about that big ass oil. So you still gonna be a slave to people that are poorer than you. There's something wrong with your educational system. It's time to start overthrowing government. All this damn crying and dilly mouth shit. I'm sick of it. Time to start overthrowing people. The Arabs are coming back in force like the white man's coming back because their civilizations are crumbling.
Exactly. So
Dubai is
many
falling apart. Nobody wants to go no damn Dubai, that big ass city. That took people long. That's big ass city.
You
Dubai.
have no
Fuck out of
time
here.
to hire.
Fellow Nairobian, you are at a risk of becoming homeless. And this is why. Now, the current administration passed a policy na ni ya kubomoa makeja. Hizi keja zina belong to innocent Nairobi residents. Mbona
Let
keja
me do it
zinabomolewa?
Tanzania.
Tunalipia SHA. Bas, this is because of the new affordable housing project that was launched in 2017. Kuanzia 27th of November 2025, residents from the following areas will be evicted: Makongeni, Jericho, Maringo, Bahati, Ololo yani Kaloleni, Shauri Moyo, Kimathi. If you ask me, hii policy ni ya udu. Hizi keja zimekuwa zikituserve sisi pamoja na familia zetu for the longest time. Wengi wetu tumezaliwa, tumelelewa na bado tunalea watoi wetu pamoja na wazazi wetu kwa hizo keja. So ukikuja kuniambia ati the government claims that they will compensate each household owner 150k so that wajipange wahame, it makes no logical sense to me.
50,000 can stand for nothing. What is 150,000 supposed to do, man? What is 150,000 supposed to do? You demolish my house, then you give me 150,000 to do what? What is $1,200 supposed to do for me to start life? Are you kidding me? I've built this house. My children have been living here. I've lived here all my life. You've taken my title deed, then you tell me take 150,000 as a compensation. You go look for another land and somewhere to settle. Are you crazy? Are you crazy? This is barely even some people's literally, I'd say, cost of living today. When you talk about school fees, rent, transport, shopping, and most of the people even can't do shopping. Most of the people are living on a hand to mouth. People have to buy food daily because buying food at once is expensive. Like, it's crazy, man. It's so crazy.
In fact, it sounds inconsiderate. Hiyo ni pesa gani kwa mtu mwenye akona familia? Haya, tunasema hizi nyumba ni affordable. Hizi nyumba za kanjo, watu wenye anaishi mostly ni mama mboga, mtu wa mjengo na mtu wa jua kali. Hebu mniambie, hao watu wataweza kuafford aje raise 2 million shillings so that they can acquire a unit kwa hizo affordable houses? That's not affordable. There's nothing such as affordable housing. I wish that we could put more focus to things that are much fundamental to us at this time. E.g., unemployment. Jana mliona watu wamegraduate, wataenda kufanya wapi maboka? Civil servants wetu wanataka kulipwa vizuri and on time. Hizo ndo vitu zinafaa tukue tuna focus nazo. Vitu zitafanya ekonomi yetu itoke kwa trenches. Imagine tumefika point yenye mayouths wanatuma mayolo kupiga mboka za mateso.
Yeah, so literally looking at that, youths being sent abroad so that they can get money and all that. And yet we're still having Kenyans who are sending money back here at home, being actually charged way more, on taxes because of just sending money back here at home. It's crazy. So we have the Kenyan government, the government of President William Ruto of Kenya, which is acting as an arm of staffing industry that sends poor workers abroad in droves, and whose leaders compare women to dogs and blame them for their own abuse, a New York Times Square investigation found. Politicians started their own employment companies to capitalize on the boom, which I think we've talked about this a couple of times. Most of these agent offices, they're not actually.
That means you exploit your own people. I mean, you guys are so sorry that you exploit your own people. Crazy.
Yep. And the government rolled back workers' protection, maximizing industry profits. Even Ruto's family makes money. His wife and daughter are the largest shareholders of the staffing industry major insurance company, and records show. Ruto's government has positioned Kenyans among the cheapest, least protected workers in the marketplace. Top officials play down clear evidence of abuse
Told
and
you.
blame Kenyan women for bringing violence upon themselves.
They're
Leading,
getting kicked. They're getting kickback.
leading politicians treat any questions about mistreatment as obstacle to Ruto's economic ambition. So literally, this is nothing to do with us as a benefit. Number one, you've been sent to these countries where these are the people who benefit. You know, they don't care about your well-being. And I love the fact, but I don't know, man. Desperation is so bad. Desperation is so bad because I remember always just remembering when I talk about this, I keep on my mind keeps going back to the day I went to that office, and it was so many young girls, younger even than me, like literally girls at the age of from 18. Others were, yeah, from 18, because I was just 21, 20. I was 20. Yeah, I was 20. I was 20, and I'd done all the applications, done the fillings. The only thing that was remaining was my ID. And then I'm like, nah, I'm not doing this, man. I'd rather go become a maid here on the ground rather than go there. I don't feel like there's protection there. Or they're like, no, the agency, I follow up now. You know, they take care of you. They ensure there's no mistreatment. And then this actually, it was just 2 weeks after I had someone I'd grown up with who had died there under unclear circumstances. So that really hurt me so bad. I'm like, God damn, I knew this girl. We've literally grown up together. Like, this is so crazy. So desperation has kept Africans in this particular position. And sadly, we're to the point where we don't even now know how to, because it's not just politicians, because even now Kenyans are doing this. Kenyans upon themselves. I've talked about how corruptions now is this, people have learned how to live with corruption. If you want to get something, just give your money. You know, if you want things to move quickly, give money out. Depends. Some people have their easy way out, some people don't have their easy way out. Depends with your connection, depends with the people you know. Who do you know? Who knows who? That is how you can get your easy way. But we've become exploiters of each other. We have wars, internal wars going on between us as a people, and we have internal wars politically. I don't know if really this makes sense. We have internal wars within us, leave alone even tribalism. If you just actually remove tribalism out of the picture, we have wars still with each other as African people, because we've not been raised and taught how to live with each other as a people. We've been given that division, divide and conquer type of bullshit and system that has been ruling us, and it's still applying to us, and in a very deep way. It is hurting us. It is hurting us. I want you to understand, African leaders and the European leaders have agendas when it comes to us, and it's not about us, it's about them. We're the ones who suffer the most. Samia Sulu is openly telling you what is a good leadership. An example of a good leadership is killing people and all that, taking things by force. So I don't know. I don't want to talk about
Africa. The problem.
I don't want to talk about unity anymore. That is up to us, man. Let everyone use their own mindset. Let everyone use their own critical thinking. That is literally, personally, my closing remarks with this video. Let everyone use their own critical thinking to be educated, to understand the type of leadership, to understand the system you're living in, to understand the internal African wars we have, like the bullshit that is happening currently in Kenya, the current bullshit happening in Kenya and Uganda currently. We need to be very careful. Like someone was saying earlier, we don't know if maybe Uganda wants to invade Kenya because of now we have that gold. We have gold that has been discovered, remember, and we're not sure. Since we know Museveni has been long used in Congo, it could be there's rumors this could be an invasion in Kenya through Museveni. And if not, this is a political distraction for us to stay not focused on what has been happening in Tanzania, what is happening in Uganda politically, and focus on the Indian Ocean. So be very careful to 254 people, 256 people, 255 people. Be very, very careful. You are saying, Keith?
All right, now do me a favor, leave. Go to your TikTok and play that video I sent you. Play it again tonight. It's a rap video. You'll see what I said. They're talking about Trump sucking Bill Clinton's penis, the former president.
Before we wind up, listen to Julia's point.
China is not going to colonize Africa. The problem is your corrupt leaders who go to China with empty bags and come back with money. They want money and they negotiate with money in their mind. So go there with proper ideas, not with corrupt mentality. There's no China that wants to colonize anyone. How do you get colonized now when you are the negotiator? South Africa has surrendered a port now.
Sadly, we do. Well, he has a point, but sadly, we do. I mean, these people are slowly taking our lands, do you know how many China squares do we have currently in Kenya? They're even coming now with different names because they saw people raising questions about the China square. Now we have Pandamat. We have a new one called Pandamat.
But still same thing, exactly. But he's saying that Julie is saying that you're stupid. You're the problem. You're moron.
In Durban now. That's colonialism, where you just take your port and give it to other people, surrendering your sovereignty, and later you're going to say people have colonized you. When you go to China and say, give us a power station in exchange for OR Tambo Airport, why would they miss that opportunity? It's not them, it's your stupidity as leaders. China is not going to colonize Africa.
Then you're stupid.
That is what he had to say. And the stupidity of the people too for always accepting all this bullshit. But as we wind up with today's conversation, share that video.
How was your weekend, Joby?
Shield, how was yours?
I think about knocking somebody in the head.
Oh, good luck.
That's all you wish. That's all you wishing me is luck. Okay.
No, I'm not in the mood for war. Not in the mood for arguing.
Okay. I know. You seem to be agitated. That's why I tell you. You seem to be agitated, Joby. Had a rough weekend.
You're saying I seem to be agitated. You or someone on the chat?
You seem to be agitated.
Well, that's you. You like seeing me agitated, I guess. That's just you.
Hey, man, like you had a rough weekend.
Weekend was awesome. I can't even complain a bit. Awesome.
All right. Make your passes some fake potatoes. Make some fake pancakes.
Did you finish cleaning your gut?
I ain't gay, but I do
gay stuff. No, not the country one. Not the country one. The rap one. Go back and cover more. Country one Sunday. The country one's playing through it. Talking about I do some gay stuff. I put it in my blood. Good to like the drill is when I sent you for that one. They drill rapping.
On a sucking bubble dick, slurping up like his mother. On his Arkansas brother, playing that shit like a saxophone. Presidential topic while they all alone. Don't give a fuck about Hillary. Donald Trump blow it up like a War 3. Trump sucks Bill's dick, got his big old belly sick from the come, pink tongue.
Got his big old belly sick from his cum.
Like his mother.
Sucking nuts like his mother. Donald Trump sucking dick, sucking mother like his mother.
Anyway, let me go through the comments very quickly as I wind up. To everyone on the chat,
keep that video. We're gonna play it more tonight. Joby did too short. We're gonna play it tonight, Joby, on the show.
No problem. But I see Jabba says, hey, you have a blackout fire Indian headband on. Looks nice. What the hell? This is not an Indian band. What the hell is that? I don't know what you're talking about, Jiba Jaba. That's headband. No, no Indian in it. No Indian. Remove the Indian term in it. But I also see he was saying all those I didn't get that. All those do you mean assholes? I think that's what you meant. But shout out to John Mosquito, Karibu Sana. Jibajaba also says, but he'll go home and weep on his wife. Exactly. It's so crazy. Most of those type of men also are the men who actually are mostly involved in gender-based violence. You know, you can't beat up a man, but you can beat up a woman. It's so crazy. And also, Jibajaba Mosquito says, is this about the white man that's spat on the Kenyan officers? Yes, it was both, including the Chinese. Jiba says the black fatigue will be his claim. That's the new one, exactly. And John says, I saw this video yesterday. They were praising the Kenyan man for restraining himself, and says now over here he'd be put in a machine on the shop floor. John Mosquito says the company probably gave him money secretly to shut up. How much? Shut up for what? Because the Chinese, the Wazungu, the Indians, again, classism. You know, they hold power. You don't. You see, this guy's been claimed mentally ill. So I'm gonna give you money for you disturbing a mentally ill person. Is that even making sense? Like you're on the wrong one. That's how the system is applying or implying. And also, CJ Mosquito says if you have a good lawyer, you can get away with anything. That's so true. And Jibba says now Epstein's brother says Trump sacked a horse. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Byron Scott, Susana, James.
He said he said Bill Clinton Johnson, and then he took all the nut in his gut. Said somebody's his belly, took all the cum in his belly.
That was crazy. There was a female journalist on TikTok that was saying the Tanzanian president is actually being set up by a dictator by the West because she was a Magufuli's two lady if anything happened to him. Hmm. And good morning to you too, Big Cheese. Good afternoon from my end. Dramos to says Dangote just invited American female basketball star Angela Reese to take part in a sport fundraiser Big Cheese says Sister Joby always remember that there's always nothing wrong with being afraid, but there's always something wrong with being a coward. I agree. Excuse me. God damn. Excuse me. I agree with you. And I also see Jibadeba says Malema got weak mouth after he lost his weight. God damn, that's not a good one. And does Nairobi have a Chinatown district like most of the US cities?
Yep.
Yeah, we do in Gong Road. I think somewhere in Gong Road where we used to have our office back then. There's like a China restaurant. I don't know about the town, but I know the China restaurant. I know about Gong Road. And I also see Jibajaba says, does Nairobi have? I read that. Big Cheese says, "Kid, check your cash app when you get a chance, brother." Thank you so much, Big Cheese, for supporting us. And I also see Jamasta says, "I think they do have a mini Chinatown." Yeah, we do, but not really. I don't want to say a Chinatown.
They're trying to build one. They're gonna build one. They got one in Ghana. They damn sure got one in Ghana. They don't got one in Kenya. They gonna build it. They gonna build it. They got one right now in Ghana. They try to build one in Nigeria.
Apparently, there is one. I didn't know about that. But Big Jesus says, Joby said it's Monday and she ain't got time for bullshit. I know, like, kid trying to put me with this. I'm like, what the?
What? You
Like,
is it my fault she's all irritated, or is it her fault?
hey, I'm on a straight face. I don't have time for jokes today. John Musto says I'm hearing all leaders in South Africa are Catholics.
You got time for jokes today because she's irritated. I told you.
Well, that's you if you feel I'm irritated. But anyway, have yourselves a beautiful day. Thank you so much for tuning in. That has been my time with you guys. I've discussed
Hey, tonight, everybody come back today. I didn't do it. Let me say something. We're gonna talk about the Clinton Trump shit that's going on. I didn't get to talk about it Saturday. I should have. I gotta stop making excuses about I'm not doing my weekend show, because that's the one I need to talk about. We're gonna talk about that night. And you know it's true. And it's all over TikTok. They know it's true. All the damn sucking Bill Clinton's dick. Trump got a Trump. Go ahead, Joe.
I mean, wasn't Trump so young when Clinton was a president? As we wind up anyway.
No, they're about the same. No, they're the same age. Trump is like 80. That's number like 30 years ago. He's 50. So he's not a young man. He's 50 then. That's 30 years ago. So he's 50. So he's 50. They both were 50. Trump, I think Bill Clinton's younger than Trump. So shit. Bill Clinton's younger than Trump. Bill Clinton was only in his 40s. So Trump is older than Clinton. Shit. Sucking on his penis. What's age got to do with you sucking somebody's Johnson anyway?
Maybe it's a beautiful day. See you guys. They should remember to tune in and of course catch up with us and see what's happening. Come back and see what is talking about, and with Sankara. As always, they have amazing conversations. So much love. Have yourself a beautiful
day. You wearing your new makeup on, Joby? That was got you irritated. Got your new makeup.